Today's video lesson is on creating mathematical models from data you've collected. For example, many of the experiments that we've done in class so far, we can apply this process to. When you finish this lesson, you should be able to recall the meaning of the various parts or symbols of a linear equation. You should be able to make a mathematical model, in other words, an equation, from a graph that you've made. You should be able to use that mathematical model to calculate or predict a value or a number. And you should be able to interpret the meaning of the slope of your mathematical model or equation. This video is actually a series of videos, and you'll need to watch all of the parts in order to be able to accomplish those purposes. Let's start by recalling back to your lessons in math where you have studied the equation of a line. And let's recall that the general form for an equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. In this particular equation, each one of these symbols has a meaning. This is the y value. This, meaning m, is the slope of the line. This is the x value. And this is the y-intercept. Now, on this particular line here, the 2 is the slope. In other words, that's how steep that line is. And the 1 is the y-intercept. That's where the line crosses the y-axis, assuming each one of these is 1. So you'll need to remember this equation and to know the various meanings of this in order to proceed. So hopefully this little review will have accomplished that for you. Now let's start with an experiment that we did. We wanted to see how weight varies with mass, or how mass affects the weight. And so what we did was we took some washers and we put them onto the balance and we found out their mass. And then we took them and then we hung them on the Newton scale and we found out their weight. And we were to make a little chart with mass and weight. Now, the data you collected probably would have looked something like this, with mass here and weight here. And so what we want to do is work with this data here to make a mathematical model, a mathematical relationship between weight and mass. And to do that, we're going to draw our best fit line in there. All right, so let's go ahead and do that best fit line right up like this, right through that data. And so now we want to write what is the equation of that line. All right, well, the general form of any line is y equals mx plus b. Now, in this particular set of data, the y-intercepts look like it's 0, so I'm going to put a 0 in there. Instead of y, well, our y-axis value is the weight, and I'll just use a w to symbolize that. Now let's find the slope of this line. All right, so it's best to go right from a value, let's say 100, up to the line, and then over. And so as a rough guess, it looks like the slope, which is rise over run, is equal to 1, a rise over a run of 100, or 0.01. We'll finish up this in the next segment of the video.